Hey guys, I hope that you're all doing really well and that this message finds you in good health and happiness. I wanted to come on and share sort of an informal video, a little bit about my life with you today. And so what better time than during my daily walk? I hope you guys are also getting out to enjoy some fresh air, socially distancing, but getting out in nature. So first of all, I just want to say you guys are doing such a good job, and actually a bunch of my schools are ending this week. So if you're in one of those schools, congratulations to you. Get all your schoolwork turned in. Anything that's late, get it turned in by this Sunday. Let me know if you're turning it in, and that way we'll make sure everything gets graded before I have to submit grades. My Bucks County kiddos, sorry, you guys got to keep hanging in there. For some reason, y'all got a different schedule and you got a few more weeks, couple more weeks. So just hang in there with me. But either way, no matter what, we will be at summer break before we know it. And RCBC kids, I am teaching online for you this summer, so I'll see some of you there. And for the rest of you, I will see you back again in the fall. We'll figure out if it's going to be on campus or if it's going to be online. Either way, we will keep the academic train rolling. So what I want to talk about today, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of clarity and a little bit of inspiration on the fact of what you're going through now as students, and that it's not going to derail your path at all. So I think sometimes you guys see your professors, we have doctorates, we have all this school experience. I went to 9 years of higher ed. I tell you guys about all my student loans all the time. You've heard me talk about that, so you know we did a lot of schooling. And so those of us that have doctorates, you know, we did a bunch of years. I did 9 years of higher ed. So that doesn't mean though that I'm a perfect student, or that I was a perfect student, or that I never had difficulties like what you guys are going through. And certainly my path to my career and any kind of quote unquote success I have is not linear. And so first of all, when I graduated high school, I was always a grade ahead in school. So I graduated at 17 and I left my parents' house, and I grew up in the DC area, which is where I am now. Very beautiful if you ever get a chance to go. And so I left home at 17 and went to college, and I was very young and very naive, did not know a lot about the world. I was going to be a Division I athlete playing field hockey. I went to a college in DC for my first year, American University. I was recruited by a bunch of different schools. I played field hockey and soccer and ran track, very competitive athlete. I really thought I wanted to be a Division I athlete, and all that was really important to me, so that's kind of why I made the decision. And I didn't want to go too far from home, and I love DC, so I chose American, and it just wasn't the right choice for me. I found out shortly after being there that I really did not like being a Division I athlete. I really wanted to be in college and to study and to learn and all that, and I felt like in a lot of ways my program was taking me away from that. I really did not like the coach. I did not like his methods and his, especially now that I am a professor and I deal with college students, I look back at some of the things he said to me and the way he treated me, and I'm in shock. I can't believe that that would be a method you would use on young adults. But anyways, totally the wrong fit. And so right away, that's the first thing that didn't go according to plan. But I just rolled with it. What happened was I went and visited some friends at a really cool college, Go Mountaineers, West Virginia University, which is in the mountains of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful West Virginia. Where I am from, where I grew up, is DC. It's more city, it's more, you know, suburbs, but more packed in. This was like nature and mountains and gorgeous everything. I loved it. I called my mom, and the next day I said, you know what, hope you guys don't mind, I'm transferring. And the very next day I had submitted my materials. All through high school, all through my whole life, I was in gifted programs and a good student and took honors, you know. I was really always interested. I liked school, I liked studying, I liked learning. But I never knew I'd be a professor. I never even knew, my mom was a school teacher growing up. I knew a teacher was a job, but I didn't know professor was a job. I didn't know any. And as an undergrad, you don't really get to know, well, I went to a big, you know, big state school. Some of my classes were lectures where you just had a little clicker to click in and you never even talked to them and they never knew your name. So by no means was being a professor on my radar at this point. So I transferred to WVU, loved West Virginia, loved it there, but another unexpected thing happened. I actually ended up taking a semester off in the middle of my studies one year It's a very big party school, as I mentioned. There's a lot of distractions and things going on like that. And without getting into too much details, I definitely wanted to kind of come back, regroup, refresh, make sure I was putting my best foot forward with my studies, because I really wasn't at that time. So I took a semester off, and that was fine. I came back stronger than ever, and I ended up graduating from there with my undergraduate degree. After that, I applied to grad school, and I did think, I loved sociology by this point. I did think I wanted to do something with it, but still didn't really understand being a professor was an option. I knew maybe I'd want to teach it. I really liked it and enjoyed it. But anyways, I had some time in between. I graduated a summer term, whatever it was. I ended up having like a semester's time in between when I would have started grad school anyways. So I actually moved to LA and I became an actress. I had always been interested in that, and I had some family out there, so I moved out there and I just wanted to kind of see what would happen. Luckily, I got an agent. I got into background acting. I got into the unions. I worked on some fun TV shows and movies. Probably the most fun is How I Met Your Mother. You guys may know that show. So that was really fun. And anyways, so after that was the semester I found out I got into grad school, and I was really excited. I went from the big WVU, which is the college in West Virginia that I went for undergrad, to another school in West Virginia, which is Marshall University. You may have seen the movie We Are Marshall. So I ended up going there for grad school. Now, when I was in grad school is when I absolutely knew that I really, really, really wanted to be a professor. I had Doc Garnett, if you're watching this, shout out, an amazing man who really inspired me, and I loved his teaching style. If you guys notice my collaboration, sort of informal discussion based stuff we do, anti-PowerPoint kind of things, he was the one who really showed me the way with that. We would all just kind of sit in circles and talk. I just loved grad school. If any of you guys are on the fence about grad school, I highly suggest it. What it is you go somewhere and you do your entire program only in what you like to study. So what could be more exciting if you're like a nerd over your subject matter, which, let me say, for sociology at this time, I was completely obsessed. So I really enjoyed that program, and I actually had the opportunity, which leads me to how I am teaching for you now. I had the opportunity during that to be a teaching assistant, and I actually had my own section, thanks to Dr. Garnett, of Introduction to Sociology, which a lot of you who are watching this are taking with me now. So this dates back, I don't want to age myself. How long have I been teaching this course? 12 years? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Let's forget about that. But anyways, been doing this a very long time. So I got to teach my first class. I couldn't believe it. They just said, here you go. I was like, do I need a syllabus? Do I need a textbook? They're like, that's all up to you. And just the freedom and the amount of creativity was amazing. The students I connected with were amazing. And from that point forward, I just knew that this was what I wanted to do. But after grad school, I did teach for be really cool if anyone's still connected. I think some are with me from there. Alderson Broaddus, AB, a small school in West Virginia. And then I realized, plus a lot of my faculty mentors told me this, I was thinking I got to get a doctorate nowadays, because as you'll notice, a lot of your professors have doctorates in academia. What used to just be masters, now you pretty much have to have a doctorate. So then I decided I'm gonna apply to PhD program in sociology. University of Cincinnati was my top choice. I got in there. But I also did, on the advice, a few people had given me this advice, I also applied to a law program for a doctorate in law, Juris Doctor, which you can become a lawyer with or teach legal classes. And for that one, I did not care too much. I did not go too much in depth. There's this thing called the LSATs you have to take. I did not know about ahead of time, really. I did not prepare. I just said, I'll wing it. If I do okay, I'll get in. If not, I'm gonna get my PhD in Soc. Well, I got in back to go to West Virginia University. I got into their law school, which was really exciting for me. At that time, I really loved living in West Virginia. I ended up living there 9 years total. Loved the mountains, loved the nature, all that. So got in, did law school. I thought, well, I can practice some law if I need to. I can definitely teach all the criminal justice and legal courses and just do more schooling. It was 3 years. If anyone's interested in going to law school, message me. I can give you my advice on that. We can talk about that. I made some of my very bestest friends during that time and learned a lot about myself and how I can meet challenges and be a strong person and all that. So hopefully you guys are still with me. So basically, all that to say, it's a winding road. And I think that really, I mean, I'm a little woo-woo. You guys probably know this by now. So I have my spiritual business. And so I have that whole other side of things. But without getting too much into that, I'll just say, I do believe in the universe. I do believe that you guys are going to have success and opportunities that are presented to you. You don't have to have it all pre-planned. And certainly you guys don't feel pressure if you're in undergrad and you're like in your first or second year. You have to explore things. I never even would have known what sociology is. We didn't have it at my high school. I just took an intro class and absolutely fell in love with it and switched my major. I think I was like political science with a minor in like theater or something, acting, something like that, So it's all going to unfold exactly as it needs to be. And I think that the biggest thing to tell you guys is what you're doing now. No matter what happens, you just have to roll with it. You have to just keep showing up. Nobody can stop you from doing that. If you just keep showing up, you're going to be successful. And that's going to surprise you in your career, in your business life, in your work life. That's the biggest key, is that a lot of people are not consistent and a lot of people are not going to work as hard. So if you work hard and you have a good attitude and you're really kind to people, doors are going to open for you wherever you go, and you do not have to have it all pre-planned, okay? But I know student loan debt is a big crisis, and hopefully we'll figure that out. Your generation will figure that out. But I have to say, I really do believe in higher education. I do think what you guys are doing allows you to become empowered, allows you to have a lot more opportunities when it comes to the workforce. Obviously, having at least a bachelor's degree is so important. Some of your careers you're going into, you guys can't even obtain the entry level without that. So you just have to stick with it. And I think that right now you guys are being challenged on a really massive scale. We all had to figure out how to adjust our courses and to give you guys the best offerings. And so giving you props for that. So let's see where I'm at. So finished law school, I clerked for a judge, which is like a pretty prestigious opportunity. So I didn't want to turn that down. And I really learned a lot about law during actually doing that in the courtroom, and definitely solidified I did not want to do that. While at the same time I was doing that, I was adjuncting and teaching some sociology college classes at Waynesburg. If any of my PA Waynesburg University students are here, hey guys. And so just realized, I want to do this. So moved around a bunch, taught at, school in Chicago, East West University. If any of my Chicago students are here, hey guys. Taught in North Carolina. How are my Wilson students doing? I'm still at a school online with Central Carolina. So hey to my North Carolina students from there. And then I moved to Miami. And I had this amazing, supposedly, job offer with a company it was a very high paying job, very bougie, I got to live in a beachfront condo, and I've told stories about this probably to some of your classes, but it was an absolutely horrendous work environment filled with workplace bullying and all sorts of awful stuff. So I learned a lot through that. I learned that, basically not all that glitters is gold when it comes to your profession. And in that path, I was building courses as opposed to teaching. I was helping faculty make their courses into online versions. So you guys know, some of you that are watching this are my online students. Hey guys, I have a lot of experience with that. So I learned through that hey, not everything is what it sounds to be, and sometimes, you just should go for what you love. And so then I really delved back into teaching after that. And that's when I had the opportunity to come to New Jersey, hey to all my Jersey students, and work in the Rowan Partnership, which included the Rowan University and the RCBC, RCGC, Cumberland County, all you guys. So that's how I got that. And then after I worked really hard at that for a couple years, then I got the opportunity to come to PA and teach for the university there, which is some of you guys watching. Gwen and Mercy, hey, you guys are done Friday, get your finals submitted. And Bucks County, hey guys, sorry, hang in there a little longer. And Manor College, you guys are done Friday too, so hopefully you get all your work done. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. If anybody had told me when I was just starting college as a 17-year-old that I would move around all these places, that I would teach online and in person and meet all these amazing people, and get to just discuss your lives. And you know, it's just a dream come true in a lot of ways, but it took a lot of hard work, it took a lot of flexibility, and that's all that to say. If you're still with me, thanks for listening. That's a little bit of my story of how I developed my professional life, I developed my career. Higher education empowered me to be successful, and I look forward to staying connected with you guys and hearing your own stories. I believe in you, and I know that the best is yet to come. This is just a hard period of time that we're all going through, but you're doing what you need to do, and I am inspired by you guys as well. So just know that. It's been a pleasure, and good luck with the rest of your term as it's winding down. Please give me a little bit of patience on emails and grading right now, just because of where things are winding down and I'm getting a lot of stuff submitted at once. So just give me a little bit of patience, but I am here if you need me, and I will talk to you guys more soon. As always, peace, love, and sociology to ya.